Hello dear students, we have been taking care of this important item. One of the important grammar items is reported speech. Okay, it's there for 5 marks in the annual examination. Okay, it's one of the easiest ways that have adopted, and I'm here to discuss how it is to be taken care of. Okay, kindly look at these changes. Okay, make a note of them, and I'm sure you'll be in a position to answer this question without much effort. Okay, kindly recall or recollect what's been discussed, okay, in the class last, what we discussed in the class last. Okay, I just want to give you the summing up of what was done. Okay, in the class last we did discuss the changes a sentence in direct speech should undergo. Okay, these are the changes. It doesn't matter what kind of sentence it is, it should undergo any sentence. From your examination point of view, you will have 5 sentences, no doubt, 5 sentences. What it means is, every sentence in the question, which question? Reported speech question. For 5 marks, they'll give you 5 sentences to report from direct to into indirect speech. 5 direct sentences, and you have to change them into indirect speech, reported speech. Every sentence there should undergo these changes. You should process it. You should process it. How should you check? What should you check? You should check its reporting verb. You should change the reporting verb. You should check connective. You should change the connective, or you should bring a connective in. You should use a connective according to the sentence type. And the next change is pronoun change. You should take care of pronouns in the sentence, and later you should take care of the tense in the sentence. As I've told you, all sentences are to undergo these changes. Every sentence one by one. Okay, now what do you mean by reporting verb change? We'll take care of every change and what is to be done there. Okay, we'll examine, we'll see to. Okay, reporting verb, what does it mean? We did discuss in the class last, but let's apply what has been learned in the class last. Okay, now reporting verb. Okay, before that we did discuss 4 types of sentences, sentence types otherwise. Statements, questions. In questions we have 2 types, yes no questions, WH questions, and third type sentences. All of them, requests, commands, orders, all of them. Third type, request, command, orders, the category. So first type means statements, second type means questions, third type means request, commands, orders, all these. So first thing that we should check when you go to this question is, you have to read the first sentence and you should classify it. You should check whether it is a question, you should check whether it is a statement, you should check whether it is the third type sentence. That is the first examination that is to be done. And after, okay, the change is to be taken place. The first change that is to be taken place, this is ordered. You have to go one by one. You have to change the reporting verb according to the sentence type. Very important. That's why, okay, sentence types should I write sentence types one more time? Sentence types, sentence type, ST, sentence type. Okay, I'll simplify it, and I won't use much space here. Sentence type, there are three types of sentences, most importantly. Okay, for our convenience, we have to group them. Okay, as I have grouped here, we have to group them like this. Now, the first type, the second type, the third type. First type is statement. That's why it is statements. Okay, this much is enough. Second type is question. Third type is request, command, order. This much is enough. Okay, this much is enough. Statements, questions, and third type sentences. This understanding, this idea is very important. Without this idea, it is impossible. It's impossible to touch the question and answer the question. Okay, without this, you may not have confidence at all. You don't have, or you don't get confidence at all. It's not possible. Simply not possible. That's why first examination, the first thing is to be done first. The first thing which is to be done when you take this question up is to examine the sentence types, and after identifying the sentence type, you have to check whether you are in a position to make these changes to the sentence given. Okay, the sentences given will belong to all of these. Either they will be statements, or they will be questions, or they will be requests, commands, orders. Okay, I'm sure you'll have at least two statements. If you have two statements, and after that you may have to consider questions, or you may have three statements, two questions, or you may have third type, one question. First type 2, second type 2, and third type 1. So the idea is 2 plus 2 plus 1, 2 plus 2 plus 1, two statements, two questions, and the last pattern, the last type is a request or a command or an order. So this is ideal, but it is their discretion. It is their decision otherwise. Okay, the ideal pattern is the one I have mentioned here, but they may change it. It's according to the laws, or according to as they want. Okay, it is left to them, and we are nobody to decide. Now, when there is a statement, okay, when there is a statement, it has its own reporting verb. When you see a statement, you have to use a particular reporting verb. When you see a question, you have to use a particular reporting verb. When you see a third type question, you have to use a particular reporting verb. That's why the reporting verb concept, that's why the reporting verb idea is most important. So that's what we are to learn here. First, when there is a statement, okay, this is enough statement, the reporting verb that you need is said to. Statement enough, this is enough, said is the reporting verb, and you should go for to. Why? It's because of a particular reason. I'll let you know later. Now, second type, when you see a second type question, you have to go for the reporting verb asked. When you see third type question or third type sentence, you have to go for a particular reporting verb, either told or asked or requested, one of these. If it is requested. If it is not, one of these. Okay. Now, there is one more. Okay. Here you don't have a different verb. You have only one asked. You may see the equivalent words which may mean asked, but you better stick to only one. Okay, this is the only one that I want to suggest. Asked is the verb. When there is a question, it doesn't matter whether it's a yes no question or a WH question, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, what matters is it's a sentence type. So it's a question. Question means you can't use said to. You have to go for asked. When you have a third type sentence, you can't use said to. You have to go for either told. What I suggest is stick to one. Either it is told if there is one of these words. Okay, one of these words, please or kindly, in a sentence. For example, kindly come, he said. It may be, what it is in the direct speech, but in indirect speech, we can't accept this verb. Okay, why? This verb is to be changed, reporting verb according to the sentence type. Sentence type is RCO. In particular, here it is O. I'm sorry, not O, not order. It is a request. In third type, there are three types of sentences, subtypes you may call. Requests, we have grouped them under the heading third type, and we have commands, we have grouped them under the heading third type, and requests, we have grouped them under the heading third type. So when it is in particular a request, you have to use kindly or please to show that it's a request in direct speech, and you have to go for the equivalent word. You have to go for the equivalent word which replaces kindly, or which replaces please in indirect speech. That is the word we have been talking about. The word is a reporting verb. It should be expressed through or via a reporting verb. Okay, that's why here it's not asked, it's not told, because of the presence of one of these words, please or kindly. It is requested. He requested. Okay, he said has become he requested, and later other things will take care of. But this is an example to show how a reporting verb should be used according to the sentence type. So we should change reporting verb. You should use a reporting verb according to the sentence type. Look at the theory. Look at the theoretical part of it. You should use a reporting verb according to the sentence type in direct speech, not indirect speech. Indirect speech has only statements, take it from me, but only direct speech has sentence types, the said sentence types. Statements you see, questions you see, and requests, commands, and orders you see in direct speech. Direct speech has sentence types. Indirect speech does not have. It has only one sentence type. All of them are grouped under the heading statements. That's why indirect speech has statements, a number of statements. Indirect speech, one of the definitions is a collection of a number of statements. Indirect speech is, reported speech is a collection of what? Collection of what? A number of statements. A number of statements. You have a number of statements where? In indirect speech. That's why this is a process. These are the things which make a question a statement, a third type sentence a statement, first type sentence, the first type sentence a statement. So it's a process of making every sentence type a statement. Have you been able to follow? Are you with me? That's why reported speech is all about statements. It is a process. It's a process where we see only statements. Have you been able to follow? Okay, now come back. Now, statements, to report statements, we always need a reporting verb. Okay, it should be particular according to the sentence type only. According to the sentence type, we really can't use a reporting verb not according to sentence, but according to the sentence type. Not according to the sentence type, but according to the sentence type. Not according to connective, not according to tense, not according to anything else. It's according to only the sentence type. Indirect speech, not indirect speech, not in indirect speech, but direct speech. Okay, direct speech, sentence type, we should check, we should examine. Now, this is done. The first, this is done. It's very simple. There is nothing to worry about. You just have to, remember the instructions and the definition, what is to be done, that I have shared with you. Okay, you may, you may go back to my explanation, and you just have to observe and learn. You just have to see to and learn. You just have to examine and learn. Okay, now let's go to the next. It's a process, I have told you. One by one we'll take up, and when it is done, you have to go to the next change. I have told you here, he said has become he requested. Okay, the next process is connective according to the sentence type. Now we'll go to the next item. And after the discussion of these changes which is to be done, we'll take all the examples up. There is nothing to worry about. Don't worry if you are not able to comprehend everything 100%. Okay, there is nothing to worry about. These items, these things are new. Moreover, this approach may be new to you. There is nothing to worry about. I'm always there to help you. I'm ready to be at your service. Okay, the next item that is to be taken up is connective. How important it is when it comes to reported speech. Now, what is connective? Connective is a link or a linker or conjunction. So in direct speech there are two parts: reporting clause, reported clause. We did discuss in the last video, didn't we? We did. There are two things. When there are two things, there won't be two things in indirect speech. Two things are combined. That's where we have sentences. That's where it's a group of, a collection of statements. So to combine two things, we need a connective. Two parts here are reporting clause, reported clause. We see them where indirect speech, we don't see them in reported speech or indirect speech. In direct speech we see, but in indirect speech we don't see two clauses. They are combined. How have they been combined? Or the idea is to combine them. How have they been combined? They have been combined with the help of a connective, and it should come according to, as I've told you, according to a reporting verb should be used according to a sentence type, according to the sentence type, according to the sentence type in direct speech. In the same manner, connective too, the same idea holds good here. Okay, connective to be used, a connective is to be used according to the sentence type, according to the statement, according to the statement, the connective comes. We have a separate connective in a statement. We have a separate connective in a question. We have a separate connective in a third type sentence, either a request or a command or an order. Only 3 types. So when you have a statement, again the same idea, I have made it systemized, the same pattern, the same mold I have been using, a model I have been using. Statement, this. Statement, this. Statement, this. Question, this. Question, this. Question, this. And the last, request, command, order. This connective. Question, command, request, command, order. This connective, or this particular, reporting verb, like this. Okay, everything is like mathematics. So, statement, whenever there is a statement, you need a connective, and the connective is that. This word is to come, should come. If it is a statement, it should come. When? Where? In reported speech, it should come. In direct speech, you don't have this word. Why don't you have this word? Because 2 things are separated. What are the 2 things? Reporting clause and reported clause. They are separate things, but they won't be separate things. They will be combined. To combine, you need a connective, and the connective that you need when there is a statement is that. Okay. Now, the connective that you need when you have a question is according to question types. There are 2 types of questions. Yes, no. Yes, no is the first type. Am I right? The second type is WH. We have divided, we have classified. There are 2 types of questions. It again happens here according to the subtype question. If it is yes, no, we have disconnective. If, either you have to go for if or whether. Now, an explanation, a piece of explanation. I'm really sorry, it's not an explanation, but a piece of explanation. Okay, piece of explanation, something that is very important, a detail. Otherwise, you really can't use that when you have a question. You really can't use, if or whether when there is a statement. You really can't do that. You can't change it. When it is a question, you should go for a particular connective. The particular connective that I have been talking about is if or whether, when it is yes no question. Okay. When you have a WH word, it is the same WH word, WH word itself. There is nothing to worry about. If it is what are you doing, what will be the connector? Free of cost, it will be yours. Okay, so look at it one by one. First, second, third type will come to, will go to otherwise. Statement connective is that it is a must. There is no compromise, there is no alternative otherwise. Okay. If it is a question, there are sub types. The first type is yes, no. The second type is WH. When it is yes, no, you have to go for the connective if or whether. When it is a WH question, the WH word which has come in the sentence in the question itself you have to use in reported speech. Isn't it easy? Isn't it simple? Something that is understandable. Are you there? Okay, let's go to the next. You'll tell me statements, question, third type. Third type is request, command, order. So when you have one of these, the third type sentence, the connective is to, over. The understanding is over, the explanation is over, the description is over. We are at connective, and connective, there are there are details which are to be understood, and these are the details. Statement, that is the connective. Question, if or whether is the connective. And the last one, RCO, request command order, to is the connective. What is the connective? To is the connective. Now, these two changes that we have been talking about happen according to the sentence type in direct speech. Very important. Don't forget it. Don't ever forget it. Okay? If you forget it, everything goes wrong. You won't be in a position to do or take care of this question at all. You cannot come to be on the right track. It's not possible at all. Everything will go wrong. Remember, keep in mind all the time the sentence type, statements, questions, third type sentences. Okay, let's call it a day, dear students. Okay, more on it. More on changes. Two more changes which are to be talked about: pronoun change and tense change in the class last. In the next video, the video next. Okay, see you. Bye bye.